a lowly enchanted wooden shovel or a wooden axe than you were to get a stone sword of fire aspect, but it meant that there was a reason to keep on looking through chests because you wanted those rare diamond boots, you wanted that enchanted iron armor, and you wanted some powerful potions and a bow and arrow, so you had more weapons and options to defend yourself. It was a really well-balanced version of the survival games, in other words, and it worked so well. With only 9 hotbar slots, you actually had to balance whether you wanted swiftness potion or you wanted some harming potions so you could finish a fight as your foe tries to run away. There were lots of different choices and there were lots of different decisions to be made about food, about healing, about whether you use this fishing rod with knockback on, which I think was meant to be a way of keeping people away, but I was totally just down to go fishing, especially on the cavern map. Man, good times. But yeah, the point was that all of these items were well balanced and they did add more as time went on with 3 updates to the game. However, like I said, there were 3 maps available when the game launched. Plus, it should be mentioned there's also a minigame lobby, which was a kind of secret 4th map as a way to keep you between games. This is what the lobby used to look like. It was kind of a social space for between games. You get 60 seconds in here to decide what map you'd like to vote for next, as well as to invite new players or even have strangers join you from Xbox Live or PlayStation Network. This was and is still unheard of to this day. Minecraft itself actively throwing you into a place with other people, matchmaking for you and telling you that yeah, hang out with these people, you might have fun, and a lot of fun was to be had with playing against strangers because these were consoles and because they were all lockdown machines. You wouldn't run into people who are hacking or flying around because they physically just didn't have access to those tools. Instead, you would actually have hard-fought battles, which was something I really thought was fun. It was also fun to see people do fun little Easter eggs in the lobby, so hit this little lever would make some fireworks go off, or even I worked out how to jump out of the lobby, which is why you can see it from this angle. It was so much fun to join people in what was effectively a 4th map that you'd only play for 60 seconds at a time. However, Minecraft actually did launch new maps in the end. 4J Studios, the studio behind Battle Minigame and the console editions as a whole, did promise that as well as the free maps which launched with Battle Minigame, there were going to be more DLCs which you could download with more of it. And in fact, to date this video even more, they had a season pass available because yes, that was all the rage in DLC back then. Would you like to buy a bunch of DLC all at the same time? We'll give you a discount. We haven't made the DLC yet, and you don't know what the DLC is going to be either, but trust me, it's going to be a real great thing. Also, there's some DLC you can only get by purchasing other pieces of DLC, like the Chinese and Greek mythology maps, but don't worry about any of that, just trust me, you're going to enjoy what you're getting. If you add up the free base maps and the Season Pass DLC maps and the DLC which wasn't part of the Season Pass maps, as well as the Fallout Mashup Pack special map, as well as the Chinese mythology bonus map that you got for buying that, then you end up with 21 separate maps, which you were able to play if only one person in the lobby owned the DLC. By the way, this was a surprisingly good consumer-friendly policy. Most games force everyone to own the DLC for you all to play it against each other online, but even if one stranger you played against that you matched online with had it, then you would be able to play all of these. And even as the map host, you would have benefit because while loading up the world, you got to choose which maps were even eligible to be voted on. So people would join your world and play maps they otherwise weren't able to, but you were able to make sure you could play the ones that you liked the best. A win-win for everyone involved. But yeah, with 21 total maps, it was very hard to work out which of these were your favorite. Most people never even played all 21 maps, so of course I won't be able to show them all off in this video, except actually, let's try anyway. This is the first map of all of them, Cavern, which is the absolute OG. Cavern was perhaps the simplest of all of the battle minigame maps. Everyone spawned around. This is when the Tumble minigame came out. So this was crazy to me that literally abused to kick someone who was too dominant. Anyway, the reason I mentioned this only happened until about TU41. All sorts of changes. So Craft Xbox 3. This was between adding them, Minecraft was also their lava under this guy's bed. So that was every single battle map that released as part of the Battle Map Pass. However, they did release a couple of special one-off maps. There was one to celebrate Halloween, and this could be purchased by itself. And then there was the Festive Battle Map, which actually turned out to be one of the best the game had. This had some fun parkour, it had a fun little center house, and most importantly, it was very festive feeling with all sorts of cakes and fun things around the map. This was a great battle map and an even greater set of fun things to explore. Just make sure you don't end up in the sewer or whatever this underground area was meant to be, because you'll hate yourself for it. Then finally, we have Libertalia, Capital, and Atomics. All three of these maps use the Fallout Mashup Pack, which means you get Fallout music playing during the game, which I can't show you for too long, so you have to take my word on it and say these are all pretty decent maps. As a Fallout fan, if I wasn't into Fallout, I'd probably be confused at why all this sort of stuff was happening in Minecraft, but overall, it was a great little set of maps, a very fun tightrope to walk in multiple places, and overall, I would recommend it, I guess, if it comes up and you haven't played it before, but otherwise, probably not, because this map has so much water. That's never a fun part of the world, right? Something fun you might miss by seeing all of the maps together, despite the fact that they came out at different times, is that between adding them, Minecraft was also working on minor adjustments to the game. Bear in mind, this was between major updates, I believe between about 1.8 and 1.10 for Minecraft Xbox 360, TU36, and TU40. They also had to make all sorts of changes, such as adding sharpness to various weapons, or one of my favorite changes was the ability to kick people. They used to have a vote to kick system in the minigames, but this was widely abused to kick someone who was too dominant. Anyway, the reason I mentioned this only happened until about TU41 is this is when the Tumble minigame came out. So this was crazy to me that literally months after the release of Battle minigame, 4J Studios showed that they could do it again, and they made a second one, which wasn't quite as full-featured, but was still very impressive. This is Tumble.
To build the Honda CR-V Hybrid, we took everything you love about the CR-V and kicked it up a notch with excellent fuel efficiency and greater power. The CR-V and CR-V Hybrid from Honda.
This is a giant eyesore.
All you have to do is point.
I genuinely don't know if anyone's going to be playing the Xbox One edition and be able to join me, but if they are, I'll set my game to public and hope that someone joins me for a lovely game of Tumble, which was roughly equivalent to the old school game of Split, as you can probably tell from the shovels instead of the swords that make up the logo. This was one of my favorite little mini-games. Really, mini-games describing battle describe something which you could play time and time again. This was a much more refreshing kind of palate cleanser between playing other major games. And so yeah, we can vote between shovels or snowballs. I guess we'll play shovels because it's more traditional, but snowballs was something which was a twist that 4J Studios put on it, so if anyone joins me, I'll be able to do that. In the meantime, something else they did which was really fun, just after the release of Tumble, was release a brand new minigame lobby. You saw the old one, you might have seen it in my Let's Play World even, but this is the brand new one, the one that most people know of as being the Battle and minigame lobby at Wide. This is where you would hang out between games. Okay, you're not going to believe this, but someone actually did join the game, which means I can show you Snowballs, the fun version of Tumble, because obviously Shovel Tumbles was Split, you can very much expect that, but Snowball Tumble was a brand new game mode, effectively, they made from scratch, and I thought this was an incredibly fun one, so let me show you going off against this Ender Dragon guy over here. Oh, and wow, there's more than one person. There's 3 of us playing Tumble right now. So yeah, this works, by the way, this works exactly like Split. You can break blocks with your fist if you really want, but then also you can throw snowballs, which is a surprisingly fun little twist on it, because it means you can aim directly at people's feet and they have to be cautious of what you're doing. I enjoyed this game mode a lot because I would deliberately destroy the area above my opponent and then make sure, okay, he's not getting over to me. I'm going to break all the blocks between me and him, and I'm going to make sure there's nothing he can do about it. He's on the bottom floor. Okay, can we get him down there? So yeah, it was a surprising, yeah, I totally did. So I got one. I'm totally counting that. That's a big win for me. And so yeah, as you can see, now we're going to generate some new layers. Don't ask why I have to be a cat girl maid. It's the only skin that Minecraft makes available for free. Even though I've got the Ocelot, it won't let me use it. It's whole problem. But yeah, as you can see right here, this is Tumble using the snowballs, and they have all sorts of fun terrain twists to make the world actually randomly generated. I want to fall off and die to show you what it looks like, but I think another guy died, so I have to quickly wait, fall in the lava, show you that wow, I'm dead, and then do it one more time while we've got 2 other players, because Minecraft also had to invent some brand new spectating mechanics. This was before spectator mode was a huge thing, and so what they did instead was, I think, quite genius. When you die in this game mode and there are other people still alive, what they do is turn you into a bat, which means you can, spectate the world as a giant